Hey, Vince Wishart here again. We're just talking about NLP with John here. And John's got some great insight around NLP and why it's so effective. Can you just kind of re-explain some of that piece that you were just on the divorce and all that?
Okay, well, I was divorced. My ex-wife, I had money, I had a great house. When the money started coming down, my wife kicked me out and brought her old husband in. They kicked me out. I ended up in the cold, homeless for about a year, in a cold RV in Utah. So anyway, he's mentioning, that we take and we choose what our reality, we choose our reactions, we choose what we have. Years ago, I learned NLP, and so I went to the Philippines. It was very difficult to trust me. I never trusted anything. So what I did is I did hundreds of NLP processes where I would go through the process and find the thing that was bothering me, and a thought, an action, a belief that we want to change, or that we want to change. Okay, and so what is the action, belief, thing that we want to change in our life? So I go through that, and then I would go through and go to my core belief. If you could have this, what you want more, go down to my core belief, my core desire.
You did value solicitation with that as well?
I did, but what I did got my core, reprogrammed my whole in my mind, reprogrammed everything, and then what happens is I used that whatever in my core, and then anchored that to my original thing. So whenever I think of the negative, like say, all women hate me. Now when I think all women hate me, I get all happy because it's all anchored to my positive core.
Right.
So I go back and I and then I say, well, now that you've done this thing, go ahead 6 months. Where are you? What are you doing? What are you thinking? What are you doing? What are you thinking? Now that such and such is gone out of your life.
Oh, jeez.
And it's expanding throughout your life, expanding out throughout your body. So I visualize in my mind that not only is it in my body, every fiber, every thing in my mind, but it's emanating throughout eternity.
The whole molecular structure
is shifted.
Yeah.
And so I haven't done things on money, but I had things on relationship.
Yeah.
So I've done hundreds of those sessions on myself. And I trained with a guy named Jim Fager out of Salt Lake City. He trained us how to do it for ourselves.
And he's an NLP master.
Yeah, he's a master's degree using NLP.
Yeah.
NLP works.
I'm only a practitioner in NLP and in SIA, which is Supreme Influence in Action. But I'm looking forward to going back for my master prac because I believe in it so much. I've never seen anything create so much instantaneous change in my life like right now.
And there's people saying that it's not legitimate, but they got their heads up there. I don't swear much, but
you know what? When it's interesting when you Google it on Wikipedia. Wikipedia kind of poo-poos it and says, "Oh, NLP this, NLP that." Some people say it's okay, blah blah blah. But yet, you look at all the politicians, especially maybe guys like Obama. He's an absolute master NLP practitioner. Have you ever seen how good he is at it?
I never noticed. I gotta listen to him more.
When he overtook the Oval Office there, he stood up there and he says, "Wouldn't you love to have paid for healthcare?" He puts up his hand, and everybody says, "Yes, Obama." And
he anchored it with the joy.
Yeah, but he asked 4 yes questions, and then on the fifth question, what does he do? I mean, this is simple car sales too, right? But once again, he says, "Wouldn't you love to pay for this with your taxes?" And all the people said, "Oh, yes, Obama, we'd love to pay for all those bad bankers."
Sorry, I have other opinions of Obama. Sorry.
So that's kind of how our whole system is run on NLP, and the guys.
I give him credit for being good at it.
Oh yeah, he's exceptionally skilled at that. Now, what would happen if the whole world, like when I took my NLP course, I had to sign a contractual agreement before we even started the course that I would never use it for the forces of evil.
Right.
They made us sign a contract that says absolutely no way, and that was the SIA approach. So the SIA approach is about the highest good of not only the other person, but the highest good of all.
Well, how cool.
Okay. Whereas half of NLP went to the dark side, which was about what can I get from other people? What can it do for me? Selfish cause, right? Which works. It works. They get what they need. Car salesmen use it all the time to get what they need.
Well, I got a job once using NLP. I learned from Anthony Robbins. It was NLP. Okay. And I had this job, and I walked in, and I paced. I matched their physiology.
Yeah.
Everything he did, I slowly.
Mirror and match.
And then I started to pace him.
Yeah.
I started to move and shift, and then he would do what I did.
Yeah. That's right.
And then later, the wife says, "He likes you because you're just like him." No, I wasn't. I wasn't like it. I was pacing him, man.
That's called building rapport.
Building rapport.
Yeah.
That was NLP.
Yeah, that's right.
You know. And another thing I used to do is I sing. I sing like Frank Sinatra. Like I've been a guitar for many years. So what my friend did, this guy that does NLP, his nephew knows it too. Frank Figure. He did a circle of excellence where he said, okay, well, it stepped into being Frank Sinatra. What does it feel like? How is that?
Breathe it in, bring it all the way
You're
through.
confident. You're walking like, like walking, and walk and talk, and then talk. It's like I'm singing.
Yeah.
And be confident. So when I'm singing, I have
They
confidence.
create an anchor point that they can touch anytime and breathe that in. I do a process called the intentional tattoo at our tattoo studio. So it's much like the circle of power or the circle of excellence. And so what we do is we'll put the stencil on their arm, and then we'll hand them a sheet here of empowered states, and I'll say one of those states will jump out at you more than all the rest, and that'll be the one we'll work with today. So they'll go through the list and they'll say, oh, this one, gratitude, jumps out at me more than all the rest. So we'll say, okay, great. So what we're going to do is we're going to intend the tattoo. Now we're going to write gratitude on right over top of their tattoo area, and then after that, what we're going to do is remember a time when you felt gratitude.
Okay.
Maybe you either felt it in yourself or you recognized it in someone else.
Right.
But a real goosebump moment in your life. One of those times that just sends chills up your spine when you think about it. You got one of those times, you got a picture in your mind.
Yeah.
Okay, great, close your eyes. And okay, now remember this time. And when you're looking at this picture, is this picture in black and white or color? Is it near or is it far? Is it framed or is it panoramic?
Right.
And then we start working with all the submodalities.
Yeah.
And then what I'll do is I'll have them imagine it's coming through maybe like a 1950s television set. You know, the kind with the old rabbit ears and big bubble screen and big wooden legs and all those. So then what we're going to do is have you with your imaginary hand reach out to the bottom of the left hand of the screen is a big plastic knob, and that knob is for color.
Okay.
And what I want you to do is turn it, right now it's at a normal at a 5, I want you to turn that right up to a 6. And notice how that changes it for you. What happens then?
Oh, color.
Okay,
Great.
Now what happens when you turn it up to a 7? Okay, and what happens when you turn it up to an 8? What changes now? And as they're doing that, I'm touching them in the spot of their tattoo, anchoring them into that whole process. And so then there's the other knob, which is for contrast. And then what happens when you turn that one from a 5 up to a 6? All the color, all the shadows and the highlights come out more vibrant, don't they? Okay, great. So what happens when we bring in a sound? What's your favorite song? Can you hear that song in the background really, really quiet? Let's turn that volume up a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. And as we're doing that, every time we're touching them in the spot of their tattoo, anchor, 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 until we get them to a peak state. When we get them to a peak state, then we say, okay, great, now breathe that in. As you breathe that in on the breath out, I want you to feel that energy coming right outside of your body as an aura. Now this is your gift to humanity. This is what you're going to carry with you as you go out from this tattoo experience today. Now, come on back to conscious reality right now. And then we re-anchor it thousands of times with the tattoo needle. So in the future, whenever they need to feel empowered, they just touch themselves in the spot of the tattoo, take a nice deep breath, and get that whole experience back anytime they need it. So if they're in an unresourceful state, maybe they need to go into a job interview or they're going on a date with a girl or something to that effect, they just touch themselves in the spot of the tattoo, take a nice deep breath, and become powerful right now, instantaneously, anytime. And we watched Dave Wood do that before he makes the sales videos. He does the same thing. He's anchoring himself. Yeah, getting right back into the absolute highest resourceful state. Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
So.
Yeah, I did.
Before you do a video thing and you can do that, you can power yourself back up, but sometimes you're not motivated.
Totally. Totally.
Yeah, again, after coming to zone, now you can do everything.
Totally. So you realize the value of NLP as well.
And sometimes in the video on today, my clog was a lot of information. We got a lot of stuff you're dealing with. So when you come out in the zone, and zone whatever, you zone it and you come back.
I do with them a lot of the time, which grounds them.
Yeah.
And once they're totally grounded and connected to Mother Earth, to the center and the aura of Mother Earth, with a grounding cord that wraps all around the lava in the center, then I have them reach back up to a big golden sign and poke a hole in it and let all that divine light energy pour down into every chakra. Totally clear. It takes about 20 minutes to totally clear these people before, but then they're open and receptive and able to participate fully and be totally in the Zen now moment to receive what NLP can provide for them. Otherwise, they're too blocked, eh?
So it prepares them for the experience of the shift
No.
and the reprogramming of the
Yeah.
Do you do the reprogramming of the past?
I do. I love timelines.
See, when they reach that zone, they discover the more power they have. The level of power, a lot of energy inside them, but they can't release it because it's blocking them from something they can do. So then they get in the zone, then they can activate that power to accomplish their goal.
Yeah. So we clear up some of those energetic blocks in the chakras and just let that whole channel flow the way it needs to flow, eh? Oh, we're getting up right here. I gotta turn it off.
Are we getting up there?